What's going on, guys? Welcome to Comics League. I'm Jared, and today we're going to talk about the apparent imminent arrival of David Ayer Suicide Squad. So this snuck up on me. I've been tracking the Ayer Cut for as long as I've been tracking the Snyder Cut, which is a long time. And I was one of the people that was like, okay, Suicide Squad was not as bad as people point out to be. Wasn't the best DC movie, but it's enjoyable. Let me put it that way. So I was tracking that. I dropped the hashtag. In fact, it's in the description of all of our podcasts and videos because I believe that makes a great movie. Go ahead, release it. I'm a big David Ayer fan. I think he's great. Now, this happened. So apparently there was insider information. This is reported by Geekosity. Now, I tend to honestly think that when it comes to like rumors and stuff, that take it with a massive grain of salt. However, this is the same. There were articles coming out in the 2020s, 2019, 2020 range that were talking about how it's imminent that we're going to get the Snyder Cut. So, in that sense, I believe that we are in the, I would say in the, I would say you can take this one with a little bit more ideas because guess what? We were at this position like completely. This is 100% the way, the same like setup that we were in when we get, when the Snyder Cut was coming out. So at this point, I think we can take this a little more with a grain of salt and be happy about this. Now, what does this mean? First off, this all but confirms that we're going to get the Snyder Cut because if they do the Ayer Cut, it's pretty obvious that they're going to do the Snyder Cut. Now, also, what's interesting. Okay, so let me see what else I want to say. Oh yeah, okay. So now, when it comes to the Ayer Cut and what was taken out. First off, it's a lot more Jared Leto's Joker. Remember, that was one of the criticisms that they put Jared Leto's Joker in the trailer, but he didn't show up. Well, apparently, in this version, there's much more of his Joker. And apparently, according to David Ayer, this cut of the movie has a much better portrayal of the Joker than was in the theatrical. So I'm all down with that. Apparently, also, Steppenwolf may have made a cameo there, like the Snyder Steppenwolf. So I'm like, oh, that's dope. And apparently there was, I think there was more Batman. So obviously I like that with the Ben Affleck Batman. And it was going to be less of like a music video, as David Ayer put it. So that immediately piques my interest that we are going to get a serious Suicide Squad movie. And you could have that, and you can have that. Also, have the James Gunn Suicide Squad movie. That's fine. You can have both. I'm honestly really all for that. It may not always be my thing, i.e., Peacemaker, but you know what? As long as the creative is able to create and give their full vision, I'm totally fine with that. Even if I don't necessarily like, or even if like. Takes Peacemaker, even though I wasn't a fan of it, I still like how they gave James Gunn creative freedom. I wish they gave Snyder that consideration, but we could be getting to that. So I'm totally on board with it, and you better believe we're going to be doing a review of the Ayer Cut when it comes out. We'll do a review. We'll have a big episode. We'll do a big thing. We'll do honestly. You know how like when the Snyder Cut came out, we had like weeks of Snyder. We're going to do weeks of the Suicide Squad and cover that extensively. Cover like the original team, cover like a lot of different stuff. And it's going to be really fun. We'll definitely do like a lot of stuff for the movie because you know what? It's about time. And what's interesting is that this is going to prove also that Warner Brothers are a bunch of idiots because, and then this is why they didn't want to release the Ayer Cut. Because after the Snyder Cut and the overwhelmingly positive response, well, everyone was looking at Warner Brothers like, what did you do? We could have had this in 2017. Now, can you imagine Suicide Squad comes out, David Ayer Suicide Squad, and it's better than the theatrical cut, which I think it will be, because I know David Ayer can make a really good, gritty movie, and I think it was good to put him with the Suicide Squad. So I think it's going to be another Snyder Cut is infinitely better situation. And in which case, well, you know what? Just throw it on HBO Max and tell him you can do it. And he even said it would cost way less because it was more finished than the Snyder Cut was. So it would cost way less to finish and release. That's it. So I see no problem with them just releasing it. And I said this on the live stream I did last night. Just release all of the stuff that was supposed to be released with the Snyderverse, including David Ayer Suicide Squad, and use it as a delaying tactic until you get your plan together. So that way you have like years of content already, like, well, not ready to go, but you have a roadmap and a plan. And then after that, you can do whatever you want. That was the Snyder plan, as a matter of fact. So I think it's going to be a great time to be a DC fan, because we're getting lots of content. We're most likely going to be getting the restoration of the Snyderverse, and we're also going to be getting David Ayer Suicide Squad. So you know what? It's a pretty good day. It's a pretty good day to be a geek, and it's a pretty good day to be a comic book YouTuber, because I get to cover this stuff. So that's about what I wanted to say for that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what part of the Ayer Cut you're excited for. If you like Suicide Squad 2016, if you didn't like it, what part of the Snyderverse you're specifically excited for. Just drop them comments, people, and I read and respond to all of them. All right, stay work, everyone. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.